community. Well, who's ready to dig into spring planting and add a little splash of color to your garden?
Yes, here with the dirt on spring planting from the University of Illinois Extension, horticulture educator Ryan Pankau joins us. Ryan, glad to have you here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look forward to spring for the bright colors and the flowers to bloom, but another thing people can look forward to are those trees and shrubs too.
Yeah, often overlooked. I mean, we think of all the little flowers that are about to come out. Actually, spring did just happen. The first day of spring was earlier this week, but hasn't quite sprung yet. You know, there's not a lot of stuff flowering. And there's many trees and shrubs that flower ahead of a lot of the other stuff we think of. And so they're overlooked in landscape design. So I'm here today to kind of talk about a few smaller trees and shrubs that can really add that early spring splash of colors.
Okay, well, let's take a look here. We've got some pictures here, so you can kind of walk us through. What is this?
Sure. This is actually black chokeberry. So it's a shrub that you can add to your garden space that flowers nice and early with those little white blooms are all over the plant. And then it actually has a really beautiful fall color as well. So several of these plants also add some interest in the fall time. But one of the reasons why I love so many of these flowering things early in spring is it's a great source of pollen and nectar for pollinators. So helps support our insect life too, and those insects need something really early like this. So any of these things you can add to your yard are going to draw in all the insects as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, what do we have up next here? Nope, I think we just saw that one, right?
And that's the scientific.
There we go.
So this is flowering dogwood. Its awesome fall color. This is one or two of just the main small trees I think of in Illinois woodlands. It's a native plant and kind of grows along the edge of woodlands and things. You see it all over the place. When it's in bloom, it's that plant that has little white flowers. We should have a picture of the flowers too here that are that open up nicely in maybe another month or so for that flowering display to start to happen with dogwoods.
Okay. Let's see what we have next.
And this is kind of the other main small tree, I think, of in Illinois, the main understory tree in Illinois forests, redbud trees. And so just those beautiful pink blooms all up and down the stems. That's what I really love about it, where dogwoods kind of have it out on the tips of the branches. You know, these redbuds, look at that plant. It's just filled with flowers from, the tip of the tree all the way into the inner part. So
beautiful. Yeah, I love that color. And then do we have one more?
Yeah, we should have one more.
Okay. Viburnum.
Viburnums. This is a group of native shrubs. There's quite a few native species. This is arrowwood viburnum, and here we're seeing its fall color. Like really pretty red leaves. They're known for their fall display as well, so they really add a splash of color at the start and end of the year. Another one I like, again, this is arrowwood viburnum, which does great in full sun, but black haw viburnum is kind of the plant I recommend for some shaded sites where it'll handle almost complete shade. It's a little smaller than arrowwood viburnum, where arrowwood viburnums probably can get up to about 20 feet tall or so. Black haw stays a little shorter. It's maybe like 10 or 12 foot shrub at maturity, but just add that wonderful splash of early spring color, late fall color, and just a great addition to your garden space.
Yeah. How does the timeline look for like flowers blooming versus like trees and shrubs?
Well, there's flowers that are out right now if you really look around. So, at my house, snow crocuses in native areas, spring beauties, harbinger of spring is a little tiny flower that's out right now. But really then, there's actually trees that are flowering right now that we don't notice as much because they're wind pollinated. So silver maple on the way over here, it's starting to flower and bloom, but you don't really notice it because again, wind pollinated, it doesn't need to attract the insects, where all those insect pollinated trees come a little bit later. Redbud's kind of the first wave of that, and then really by about mid-June or so that all those insect pollinated trees kind of wrap up. And really for the plant world, it's kind of, prairie plants is what I think of for here in central Illinois. It's kind of May into like mid-June or so where we really see the massive bloom happen in the prairie to start the season.
Didn't even know wind pollination was a thing.
I know. Never heard of that.
Okay.
The more you know. You definitely have a trained eye, that's for sure.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. Lots of great options out there if you're looking to add to your landscaping. We will have all of them posted at CILiving.tv after today's show. Thanks so much, Ryan.